kind of music do they play now?
It's really rad. It's like kind of like Appalachian avant-garde music. It's like bluegrass influenced, but it's very smart, and they're top class musicians, and they're just like they're doing some of the best stuff I've heard recently.
Okay. Yeah, you had to leave.
Yeah, I left, and I sort of didn't have anywhere to go, so I went to my father's a hunting lodge in Wisconsin, and
he has a hunting lodge.
He has a hunting lodge in northwestern Wisconsin, and I went up there to just sort of be, and thought I'd maybe work on music, but when I got there, I just sort of was lazy and I didn't do anything, and sort of just sat and sort of, I don't know, just kind of breathed in and breathed out for a couple weeks, and I really had no intention of making a record, but in the end, that's what happened.
Yeah, because the story is you started to go in a remote cabin and live there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's exactly kind of what I did for like 3 months, and I sort of lived there and kind of worked around the cabin outside and things, and I just kind of worked on the music as well.
Yeah, when you got in there, what were your expectations? Well, why did you do that?
I needed to kind of spend time alone, and
why was that? You needed to sort things out.
Yeah, exactly. I needed to just have time to sort things out, and just to get away from a lot of things that had been bothering me, or that I had been so confused about, and I just needed to be away from people so that I would have the space to do that. And I didn't see anybody, I didn't talk to anybody, and it was really good, because I was able to think about so many things and have all the time and physical space, because it's up in the middle of nowhere, you know. But they, you know, when I left that band, I felt like it was a necessary move, but I was also really sad about it, and I was really worried that I might not be able to sort of get back on the music horse again, because I had sort of been so hurt by it, and I hurt myself, or the whole situation sort of hurt, and I didn't feel like I necessarily had my wits about me. I didn't know if I had the courage to sort of make music that was, you know, important enough to be on my own without my bandmates, and so there's a large struggle there with that, and I also just had discovered that over the last, you know, the previous 4 or 5 years, I just sort of become kind of a sad person, and I spent more time being sad than I was, you know, happy and jovial or something, and that felt really odd, and there were a myriad of reasons why that was. One of them being kind of like unresolved relationships and love and lack of love or what have you, and I just needed to finally put an end to it.
Okay, so you really went in there, so I have to think about this stuff.
Yeah.
But also to really make music, was it also a goal?
It was a goal just to kind of work on music in general, because, you know, I thought I'd give it a shot, you know, on my own, which I'd done a few like little albums or projects on my own, but it, you know, it was always just kind of like an idea or a project just to kind of make 100 copies and sell or something, you know, and everything else, every other effort I've ever put in was in the band, so I just figured this was another kind of like experiment, and it ended up being much more than that after I left.
Yeah, can you say, how did a day look like when you were in there?
Well, I might wake up, I might like, you know, I had my computer. So I had a little laptop computer that ended up
with the internet.
Yes, it was like a satellite internet connection, but I'd be honest with you, I wasn't using it. I was using the computer to be writing and arranging stuff, and there was like. Things I would do. There's things to do in the bar. tractor and a sawmill and just kind of chores, kind of like upkeep on the land. And my dad had some projects going that I helped him out with when he wasn't there. And that's what it really looked like for the first month or so. I ended up becoming more and more enthralled in the new music I was working on after about a month. And toward the end, I was spending 15, 16, sometimes like 20 hours a day working on the songs, just because that's all I wanted to do. And it was a good, that sort of lazy period in the beginning was sort of a good motivator for that.